Hello people of YouTube, welcome back to yet another video on our channel, Creative Readers, etc. The channel where we do creative things that sometimes involve reading, etc. And in today's video, it's my July bullet journal spread, and this month's theme is my favorite YouTube animators. I have always loved cartoons and animations and such ever since I was a kid, but I never really discovered the YouTube animator community until about a year and a half ago when my brother recommended The Odd Ones Out to me. And ever since, I've just fallen in love with the community, and I thought my bullet journal would be the perfect way to show my love and appreciation of these YouTubers, and hence this theme was born. And I'm also being joined by a very special guest whom you'll hear from in just a little bit. So sit back, relax, and I really hope you enjoyed the video. Sha.
Well, it's July now, and for this month's theme, I decided to draw my favorite YouTube animators. And not only did I draw them, I am also joined by a very special guest, and that is
Tabs. She's joined by Tabs because she has me in her journal thing, and I thought it would just add a couple of statements that will really add to this video.
Thank you, Tabs. Now, as you can see here, I'm starting off with Let Me Explain Studios, and luckily a lot of them, since they're animators, they make their avatars very simple, so it was easy for me to draw most of them. But there's a couple that were a little tricky, like the one I'm drawing right now is Jinja Ninja OWO. Hers was a little tricky. The Sea Rabbit, that was a fun one to draw. And then I'm doing Something Else YT, and his avatar is so adorable, and I just love drawing it so much. And you'll see that I draw it later on as well. And then I have Emirichu, and another tricky one to draw because I cannot draw manga very well, and that's why her character is kind of manga anime-y style, so that one was a little more tricky. And then I have Andre Turbia. I think I pronounced that right. Probably not, if I'm being honest. And then I have, wow, all these names have left my head. And then I have Lovey right here, and this is her channel that I found before I found Candy Evie. And then I have Tabs.
Whoa, slow down. There is no way you're gonna zoom past me like that.
I can't have the video in real time, it'll take forever.
Fine. But it at least has to be slower than The Odd Ones Out. I mean, he's just a marshmallow.
But aren't you partially a stick figure?
Hey, if you're gonna insult me, I'm not gonna stick around.
Okay, fine. I'll slow down your clip. I did Jaden Animations. Then we have The Odd Ones Out, of course. And this is the first YouTube animator that I watched, and it was because my brother was talking about how he met him at RTX, and he wanted to get his signature, and all he had was a subway card. And so they stuck a piece of masking tape on the subway card for James could sign it. And so I looked up his Subway videos, or pardon me, his Suabway videos, and then I just fell in love with the animator community. Moving on, this page, it makes me laugh every single time. If you have seen Jinja Ninja OWO's animation of her Pokemon comic, and it's called Nuzra, or Nuzray, or whatever it may be, it is so funny, and this is one of the characters, Benjamin Franklin, and his character is so funny, so I thought I'd add a couple of quotes that he might have said had he actually been in the journal. Moving on to my habit tracker, I decided to do the character that Andre Turbia is always joined by, which is Wilfer, and instead of writing what habits they were, I decided to draw Wilfer doing the different habits. Moving on to my mood tracker, I decided to do Rebecca and Tabs to signify each different mood. Now, Rebecca, if you watch any of her videos, is super bubbly and outgoing and just seems to be happy all the time. And then Tabs, however, is more sarcastic and witty with her humor. So I used her for the not so happy side, but not to say she's not a happy person. But I just used her as more of the moods that I might be in when I'm feeling super sarcastic and snappy at people. Onto my book list, I did Jaden animations, and then as well as bops and binges, and I did the little doodle of her in the trash can, because I think I was Googling reference photos, and those two came up, and I thought they were very funny. And I really love the one of her in the trash can, because that's sometimes how I feel when I binge watch, is I'm like, wow, I just wasted a bunch of my time watching this entire season of blah blah blah. So I thought that was super cute. For my YouTube schedule and YouTube and Instagram tracker, I did the odd ones out, and I love how simple this page is because I didn't color the background in. I just had black, white, and then accents of red, and then the Instagram symbol, of course. But the having James's little avatar just shrugging his shoulders at the top of the YouTube schedule just seemed very appropriate because that's sometimes how I felt. And moving on to my budget tracker, this is the first time I'm trying this style of budget tracker, and foreshadowing, it worked pretty well. So I'm going to Universal Studios in November, so I have a percentage saved up of my paycheck going into Universal, part of it going into college, and part of it saving up for a car. And then I have 10% set aside for what I can actually spend throughout the month, as well as on the top, any money that I gain, and then on the bottom, on the left-hand side, is the hours that I work. This is a spread that I did mostly for over the summer, because in the summer when I'm unproductive, I just get into a mental slump of health, just laying around and just feeling gross. So I made a how I feel health-wise, and this is sort of a Tabs themed. It has her little crown, but I didn't have much room to decorate because there was lots of stats and a lot of just filling stuff in. I did a sleep tracker for the first time, which is very, very helpful over the summer because I could see if I was getting decent amounts of sleep or if I wasn't. And for the most part, being able to see how much sleep I was getting was very helpful because I knew if I was actually feeling like I could relate my sleep to my moods. I also did just habit trackers that were for myself, like care, like doing face masks and painting my nails. And then I also had a how I feel health-wise, not mood-wise. So did I feel like I was healthy? Did I feel like I feel good or not? All right, moving on to my weekdays. I have just a couple that I thought just were really cute. And I thought, Ari with a knife, that has to go into my bullet journal. Then I have Emma Richu, and I decided to torture myself by drawing her again. And I drew her little cat because I think she released her video about getting a cat, or her roommate getting a cat at the time. So I thought I would add that in. Then I drew Candy Evie because that was Lovey's other channel that then I watched a couple videos on, and I was like, whoa, I like her both channels that she has. And I drew little Evie ears for each day, and I thought that turned out super cute, and I love her little tongue sticking out. And then I drew Nuzray character again with Brooklyn, and I just love how cute it turned out. It's so adorable, and it just makes me happy to look at every single time because it's just so cute. And then I did little red bows for each weekday. For my last weekday, I did the Subway by The Odd Ones Out, and I think it turned out so cute. And I know I said that on basically every single one, but I don't know, I love the fact that I did for each weekday, I did a little Subway sandwich, and then I colored the background green and had the weekdays as almost like a little counter that he was sitting behind, and then I did yellow for the accent colors of that, and it was just a really bright and happy looking page, even though he looks freaked out. And then I thought this was the cutest little thing. It was the sea rabbit holding a massive pencil for an introduction to my daily writing, because I don't like to have my writing next to my previous weekday, because then I can like just stare at the writing that I did when I'm trying to schedule and look at stuff, which I don't really prefer. Alright, so that was my July bullet journal spread. I really hope you enjoyed. I had so much fun making it, and thank you so much to Tabs for lending her voice.
That's me.
It was very exciting to get the reply back and to get the lines and edit them in and just create the entire spread. I love every single little animator and just the amount of time and effort that they put into their work, and I just really appreciate it. So I thought I would just show it by doing this bullet journal. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!
Bye!
So that was my July bullet journal setup. I really hope you enjoyed. And once again, a big thank you to Tabs for lending her voice. It meant so much to me that you would take time out of your day and contribute to my video and to contribute to our small little channel. So thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye guys!